It's in a book, a reading rainbow. Hi, welcome. How you doing? We're reading today. Before I get started yapping, we are on chapter 9 of Thrice Married to a Salted Fish, Vol.1, which is page. I would love it if they actually put the page number on the page 98. I can read numbers. Anyway. Woo! Hi, Frosty! Hello, everyone. Hi, Dirt Pie Apple. Welcome in. What do I do again? What am I doing here again? I don't remember. We're gonna read. But first, tell me about your day and what's happened. Rate it out of 10. So far. I think for me, it's about a 7. Maybe 8. Honestly, it's a pretty good day today. Gay. Also, roll for gay. Oh my god, guys, I forgot. Roll for gay. 4! No, guys, I need to be cancelled. No. No. 16! Wait, but 16 plus 4 equals 20! Not 20! Woo! 15? That's decent. Alright. I did my walkies today. I'm going to sleep well tonight. Everything's alright for now. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I think reading should be okay today. Woohoo! I am a bit like temperature sensitive today. I don't know. The weather's been weird, and I don't know what to put my AC at. And these days I've had it off during the day, and on during the night. It's interesting. It's very interesting, and my hands are doing all right. So, I guess it's a pretty good day. Yeah, woohoo! I have some tea. I hope you do as well, because tea is very nice. Or at least some kind of drink or snack or something. It is too hot to drink right now. I just keep it on cold. I hate sweating. I do keep it generally pretty cold, but my extremities already have terrible circulation, so my fingers and feet get really, really cold really easily. So I have to keep a good balance. Okay. But imagine sweating in your own home without even with the option to have the AC on, and you're not even like exercising or something. God. Gross. Anyway. Let's European, exactly. What the fuck is this? Anyway, let's get started reading. Last we left off. What did we leave off with? We left off with what's his face meeting the sister, right? Yeah. And he's making medicines that he's actually not really permitted to make, but whatever, who cares? Alright. It's still not gonna be done. Okay, I'm just doing normal water for now. Let's get started. Chapter 9. A daughter-in-law had to go to a mother-in-law's room every morning, regardless of household size. Lin Qingyu hated doing that, but to keep Lady Liang from finding fault in him, he still went daily and faked pleasantries. In the past, Lady Liang hadn't had much to say to him, since he wasn't forthcoming on the topics women usually discuss. Not knowing what to do with Lin Qingyu, she often just asked a couple of questions about Lu Wancheng's health, then allowed him to return to Lanfeng Pavilion. Back when Lin Qingyu entered the main hall that morning and saw Lady Liang sitting in the place of honor, he knew she had something to say. As he expected, she had 2 cups of tea brought out. "Qingyu, it's been some time now since you've married into the family," she said as she sipped. Lin Qingyu didn't respond. Lady Liang waited a moment, then continued. Do you know the most important thing a wife must do? Oh. I don't, Lin Qingyu replied coldly. Coolly. It's always coolly, it's never coldly. Coolly. The most important thing is, of course, to give birth to your husband's children. But, Lady Liang sighed, looking regretful. Those 2 pages. Lin Qingyu internally sneered at her. I can't do that, lady, but you may have the young Marcus divorce me and marry someone who's capable. Lady Liang was likely used to his icy words by now, so she wasn't perturbed when he objected. She smiled. What are you saying? You're Wancheng's lucky charm. He has to be with you forever. She observed Lin Qingyu's expression. Seeing that he was unmoved, she continued seriously. They say that a wife should assist her husband and educate her children. You can't educate children at present, so you can only learn to assist your husband. You are the young lord of the manor, so you should learn to manage the household and share Wancheng's worries. Share the young Marcus's worries? Lin Qingyu laughed. May I ask you, lady, what those worries are? That his laughing thrush won't be able to sing anymore, or his mina will stop speaking, or is he worried about his illness? As Lin Qingyu expected, hearing the word illness made Lady Liang press her lips together unnaturally. Physician Zhang will take care of Wancheng's illness, so you needn't concern yourself with it. You're getting more sus by the day, lady. If I remember correctly, the Marcus asked that I look after his son's health as well. You were there when he made that request. Request, lady. Yes, he did ask that. Lin Qingyu nodded slightly. Then, are you finished, lady? Lady Liang's fists clenched, but she smiled. Before you married into the family, the matchmaker said that the son of the head imperial physician of the Department of Imperial Physicians was not only exceptionally handsome, but also gifted, intelligent, and extraordinary with an what the fuck is that word? Eidetic. Eidetic memory. The more capable someone is, the more they should do. You're clever, so managing the household and Wancheng's health at the same time won't be difficult for you. Lady Liang then summoned a servant. An elderly woman came in, Auntie Lu, who had been punished with hard labor a month earlier. She presented Lin Qingyu with a stack of thick accounting books, saying, Please take a look, young lord. Picking up the top volume, Lin Qingyu said calmly, Only a month has passed since I last saw you, yet you've aged a lot, haven't you, Auntie Lu? I'm afraid that hard labor isn't easy. She forced a smile. I made a mistake, so my punishment was deserved. These are account books for the month. You can try sorting them out first, and then you can ask me about anything you don't understand, Lady Liang said warmly. There'll be a lot of work, but with your skills, how about I give you 3 days? Sort them out, then return the books to me 3 days from now. Before Lin Qingyu could say anything, Auntie Lu interjected. The lady is giving you this honor because she favors you, young lord. Of course. No, this is Lady Liang. Of course, Lady Liang agreed, a smile spreading across her face. I'm getting old, and I wish to live in ease. In the future, we'll need to rely on Qingyu to manage this massive residence. Eidetic. Interesting. The play the lady and servant were putting on wasn't very good, but they did have logic on their side. Whomever you asked, they'd say that the lady giving the management of the household to the young lord meant that she was generous and trusted him. If he refused, he would seem ungrateful and thus unworthy of being her son's wife. The problem was, Did Lady Liang really want Lin Qingyu to manage the household? How could she? Unlike Lu Wancheng's biological mother, Lady Liang was of ordinary birth. Her father was only a fourth-rank assistant minister. Thus, she still had to be cautious in front of the Marquis of Nan'an. The Marquis's first wife had left behind an eldest son, and Lady Liang's own son was useless, so managing the household was the only duty she could rely on. Lin Qingyu had no interest in gaining power in the Marquis's manner. Still, the prospect of seeing Lady Liang regret her decision and end up blaming herself interested him a bit. "I'm thankful for your kindness, lady," he said, tossing the account book in his hand back onto the stack. "I'll take all of these." Lady Liang nodded, relieved. "Don't let me down, Qingyu." As soon as he left, the gentleness disappeared completely from Lady Liang's face. He agreed so easily. Auntie Lu glanced sidelong at the door. "The young lord seems as unflappable as an immortal, but he still cares about his inheritance from the Marquis of Nan'an's." Lady Liang shook her head. "He wants nothing but to enter the Imperial Academy of Medicine. I wouldn't say he's that sort of person." "How is he not? Lady, you can't judge a book by its cover. You must be on guard. Don't let him take away the powerful role of managing the household." "Don't worry about that," Lady Liang drawled. "I asked someone to investigate, and I found out that he'd never even dabbled in the Lin household's accounts. No matter how gifted he is, he can't devote his efforts to both medicine and accounting at the same time, so we'll see which he wants to give up. As for managing the household, in the end, that power will remain mine." Auntie Lu, enraptured, said, "How wise you are, lady." She helped Lady Liang stand. "Tell all the servants who know how to manage the account books about this," Lady Liang directed, "so that they don't help someone who shouldn't be helped." Auntie Lu hurriedly agreed. "I'll attend to it right away."
Interesting. Very interesting. That is a scene break on page 101. I'm going to try to drink tea now. Nice. Very nice. All right. Let's continue.
In Lanfeng Pavilion, Lu Wancheng slept until noon as usual. Noticing that he looked unhappy, Hualu asked whether he felt unwell, but Lu Wancheng just rubbed his forehead and replied, "My head hurts." "You were fine before, so why does your head hurt now?" Hualu fretted. "I probably didn't get enough sleep," Lu Wancheng guessed. Hualu was aghast. "Do you know how long you slept?" Headaches and fevers were common for Lu Wancheng. Still, Hualu didn't dare shrug off such a symptom. She went to the study to find Lin Qingyu. Lin Qingyu felt Lu Wancheng's pulse, then felt his forehead. "You overslept." Lu Wancheng was shocked. "Impossible." "What's so impossible about that? Do you think you're an infant? You sleep 16 hours a day. Of course you have a headache." Lu Wancheng sighed. "Then what should I do?" Lin Qingyu sat on the bed and massaged Lu Wancheng's temples, applying just enough pressure. "If you're clear-headed, don't sleep too much. In the future, even if you want to stay awake, I'm afraid that—" He stopped talking abruptly.
What?
Lu Wancheng had lain his head on Lin Qingyu's legs, detecting the faint scent of books when he did so, but suddenly he felt a little discomfited. He froze for a moment, telling himself that Lin Qingyu was also a man, before relaxing and closing his eyes to enjoy the peace of the moment. But he only appreciated that peace briefly before Lin Qingyu callously stopped massaging his temples and got up, making Hualu take his place.
Come on.
"That's all?" Lu Wancheng quietly asked. "I'm very busy." "Oh, what are you busy with?" You have a great you have a great stepmother, Lin Qingyu remarked pointedly. After asking around a bit, Lu Wancheng found out what had happened between Lin Qingyu and Lady Liang that morning. He chuckled. She was a little impatient, huh? Couldn't even wait a few months. Fine. Falu didn't understand. If the young lord starts managing the household, won't our lives get better? Lu Wancheng smiled. What are you talking about? Another scene break. Interesting. That afternoon, Lin Qingyu stepped out of the study holding a pestle. Lanfeng Pavilion contained an elegant gazebo perfect for enjoying the spring scenery, but Lin Qingyu arrived too late. There was something else on the platform already. There was someone else on the platform already. Lu Wancheng reclined in a rocking chair, rocking slowly and lazily in the sun. He was dressed in red, and his long hair was tied up, which added a bit of style to his appearance. When he heard Lin Qingyu's footsteps, he opened his eyes. Physician Lin, why are you here? I thought you would stay in the study the whole day. I'm going to grind some herbs. You're not looking at the account books right now? I'll do that later. You have to read Hang on. My mute button doesn't work anymore. Oh, they're still going. Oh, they're still going. Love that. Hi Hydra, how you doing? I'm waiting for the sirens to pass. Okay, they're gone. They're going away. They're going away now. Alright, we can continue. You have to read medical books, formulate a treatment, and check the accounts. You want to do all of that? So, isn't it too much? Well, I'm going to try it out. Oh? He didn't say oh. He says, oh, ... What treatment are you making, Physician Lin? A medicine that's effective, but can cause kidney deficiency. Huh? On a platform in a waterside pavilion among lush blossoms, one man basked in the sun while another ground herbs. Both shared the limitless spring view. When Lin Qingyu had finished preparing medicine for a day, it was already dark. He lit the lamp in the study and began to look through the account books. It was true that he'd never had a role in such affairs in the Lin household, but he'd always been with his mother when he was young. She had often looked through their account books, and he'd learned some things from just watching. This type of accounting was performed by calculated turnover. It wasn't hard to understand. But the accounts that Lady Liang had given him contained small, blurred handwriting. After only an hour, his eyes felt sore. Moreover, the dates had been messily recorded. The descriptions were vague, and contents missing from one book would appear in another. Yet Lady Liang had asked him to finish it within 3 days. Even so, he might be able to do it. Deep into the night, the candlelight flickered. Huan Tong, initially seated at the table, ran to open the door when he heard noise. Young Marcus, why haven't you gone to sleep yet? Lu Wancheng entered the study with Hua Lu supporting him. The night is long and I'm not sleepy. Your young master also said I shouldn't oversleep. I said you should get up earlier, not stay up later. Lin Qingyu corrected him, head buried in an account book. He hadn't stopped to rest all day, and he couldn't hide his exhaustion any longer. Seeing his expression, Lu Wancheng felt his chest tighten. It's already midnight, so why don't you finish up? Leave whatever problem you've figured out now for tomorrow, all right? Lin Qingyu didn't even look up. Actually, I'd like you to get a head start today on the problems I'll get. What? Actually, I'd like you to get a head start today on the problems I'll go through tomorrow. Young Marcus. Huh? Since the night is long and you're not sleepy, why don't you pitch in? Lu Wancheng choked and backed up, holding his forehead. My head hurts again. I'll go lie down some more. Yes. Lu Wancheng ran away so quickly that Huan Tong wondered whether his illness had been cured. The young Marcus is no help, he complained quietly, giving Lin Qingyu a fresh cup of tea. Lin Qingyu was used to that. He's just a lieabout. It's better to burn incense and pray to the Buddha than to rely on him.
So rude! I'm doing alright. How are you? I'm doing good, Hydra. I'm glad you're doing alright. Woo!
But Lu Wancheng actually returned and approached Lin Qingyu quietly, staring at the account book open on the table with a solemn expression. Lin Qingyu thought he was acting weird. What? Lu Wancheng leaned over and blew out the lamp on the table. Lin Qingyu didn't know what Lu Wancheng was doing. In the darkness, he felt something cold touch his wrist. Someone was holding it. Go to bed, Lu Wancheng said. Leave the account books to me. Lin Qingyu pulled away. To you. Don't you want to avoid working on them? Lu Wancheng had nothing to say to that. Besides, Lin Qingyu added, if Lady Liang finds out you helped, I'll be accused of neglecting my husband. I want to do this well, because I know you want to take this opportunity to make her eat her words, but you needn't be so hard on yourself. You dislike dealing with the inner chamber's affairs, so why force yourself to do something you don't like? Huan Tong, hide the fire starter. Don't let your young master relight the lamp. Just take care of yourself, young Marcus, Lin Qingyu said coldly. It's coldly this time. You have no right to meddle in my business. Light the lamp, Huan Tong. Huan Tong didn't dare disobey his young master, so he rekindled the lamp's flame. Only then did the servant see that Lu Wancheng's expression was no longer as casual and carefree. Lu Wancheng raised his eyebrows. Your business? Lin Qingyu felt as though this Lu Wancheng was a complete stranger. Why is my stepmother's problem your business? Lu Wancheng continued. Shouldn't it be my business? No need to bother yourself, young Marcus. Just tend to your illness, Lin Qingyu insisted, his tone chilly. Lu Wancheng was silent for a moment before he laughed and went back to normal. But I can't sleep if you aren't. But I can't sleep if you aren't in the same room as me, Physician Lin. Then stay up all night, Lin Qingyu said, not feeling sorry for him at all. You won't die from doing that now and then. Lu Wancheng was speechless. Afterward, neither of them slept well. Lin Qingyu slumbered during the latter half of the night and woke early in the morning to attend to the account books again. Young master, Huan Tong's voice came from outside. An uncle wants to see you. He says the young Marcus sent him. What was Lu Wancheng doing now? Lin Qingyu frowned. Let him in. Soon, a middle-aged man with a dignified appearance entered and greeted him. Good morning, young lord. I am an accountant in the Duke of Wen's household. My name is Zhang Shichuan. Shichuan. Yeah? Lin Qingyu was a bit startled, but he understood most of what had happened. The young Marcus asked you to come because... The young Marcus sent a letter to the Duke last night. Who is saying this? Yes, okay. Mentioning that you had some difficult accounts to take care of and were overwhelmed. The Duke carefully selected someone to come, and he chose me. Zhang Shichuan said, his voice respectful. Don't worry, young lord. I've worked on accounts since I was a child, so however difficult it is, I can finish it in no time. Lin Qingyu came to his senses and handed an account book to Zhang Shichuan. Steward Zhang, please take a look. Jiang Sichuan flipped through a few pages. This account book has clearly been tampered with. If you trust me, young lord, give me a day to work alone. Your complexion isn't healthy, so please go rest. Every profession had its specialist. That's the word. That I don't know why. Okay, anyway. If Jiang Sichuan could achieve Lin Qingyu's goal, Lin Qingyu didn't want to waste any more time on those accounts. Leaving the study, Lin Qingyu stopped a maid and asked, "Where's the young Marcus?" "He went to a garden after his meal." To the garden after his meal. Lin Qingyu arrived at the garden to see Lu Wancheng playing pitch-pot with several maids. Huantong bet half his monthly salary and lost it all, wailing broken-heartedly. Lu Wancheng's smile nearly split his face. He looked exactly like a wealthy man's lazy son, one with no real skills. Studying him for a long time, Lin Qingyu suddenly felt that he truly understood Lu Wancheng. Do you? Oh, do you now? That is the end of chapter 9. Interesting. What do you mean you truly understand him? Oh, because he was so tired? Or, wait, because he wanted to just go out and play? Is that what he meant? We are now on chapter 10. Whee! Okay, I might get through like 3 chapters today. I'm feeling pretty good reading-wise. Haven't felt like this in a while, to be honest. Gotta get it on in first, though. Alright, chapter 10, page 109. Not 10. 109. An accountant the Duke of Wen chose for his own grandson would, of course, be skilled. Jiang Sichuan was experienced and meticulous, and he really did take only 1 day to finish with the account books. "I've organized the books," Jiang Sichuan said when he was finally done. "If you're worried, young Marcus and young lord, you may look them over. Not to boast, but I've been calculating accounts for 30 years and have never made a mistake." Lin Qingyu nodded. "Thank you." "You're amazing, Steward Jiang." Lu Wancheng lifted his gaze to signal Hualu, who stepped forward to give Jiang Sichuan a reward prepared ahead of time. A heavy bag of silver. "There will likely be more of this issue," Lu Wancheng added, "so please remain in the Marquis of Nanan's residence for now." Jiang Sichuan bowed. "I will follow your orders, young Marcus." As soon as Jiang Sichuan left the room, the straight-backed Lu Wancheng immediately slumped. He lay across the table, staring at Lin Qingyu. Okay. Lin Qingyu flipped through the Lin Qingyu flipped through the finished account book. Just say what you want to," he told Lu Wancheng lightly. "When I told you to leave the accounts to me, you didn't believe me." Lu Wancheng sounded slightly accusatory, but such a trick wouldn't work on Lin Qingyu. "And indeed, you didn't deal with the accounts. You found someone else to. What's the difference? You can't rely on others for everything." "Why not? I gave him silver for his services, so it's a win-win." "In the future, when you're too lazy to eat, sleep, or get married and have children, will you have others do things for you too? Will you have others do those things for you too?" "Have children?" Lu Wancheng pretended to be deep in thought. "Well, if I didn't have to put the work in, it would be great." For a moment, Lin Qingyu didn't know what Lu Wancheng was talking about. When he understood, he rose slowly to his feet. "That's not what I meant." Lu Wancheng laughed. "Then what do you mean?" Lin Qingyu had just wanted to say that some things needed to be done in person. Only a pervert would make it about that kind of thing. He looked down at the pervert sitting by the table, then a moment later said, "You're hopeless." That's another scene break. Soon the day dawned when Lady Liang would check the accounts. Lady Liang got up extremely early, applying her makeup in front of the mirror. Meanwhile, behind her, Auntie Lu styled her hair. Lady Liang cried out in pain as Auntie Lu pulled her scalp. "What's wrong with you? You've forgotten how to do hair after a month of work in the garden." "Please forgive me, lady," Auntie Lu pleaded, lowering her head and bowing. As she wiped away her tears, she assessed Lady Liang's expression out of the corner of her eye. "To be frank, lady, I'm almost 60. How could I bear such hardship? I held a broom for a month. I'm afraid that I'll dirty your jade comb if I grasp it." Lady Liang held her temples. "You're my confidant, and arranging what? You're my two." Sorry, that's a really low number. You're my confidant. Is it confidant or confidant anyway? And arranging to punish you meant that he didn't respect you. You've been wronged. Today, her lips curled into a smile. Just wait. Lu Niantao arrived early in the morning to greet Lady Liang, then stayed to keep her company. But even after their tea went cold, Lin Qingyu was nowhere to be seen. Auntie Lu craned her neck to look outside. "Is the young lord feeling guilty? He hasn't even come for the morning greeting. This is unacceptable. I expected no more of a male wife from a small family. He really has no grasp of basic etiquette." Confidant? Confidant. That doesn't really... Is the emphasis on fi? Or con? Confidant. Okay, cool. Just then, an announcement came from outside. "The young Marquis and young lord are here." Lu Niantao was surprised. "My brother's here too?" Auntie Lu smirked. "He must be here to support the young lord." For some reason, Lady Liang felt uneasy. In the past, Lu Wancheng had been an invalid that she would coax and wheedle into a marriage on the grounds that it would ward off his illness. A marriage to a male wife, of course, so Lu Wancheng couldn't leave any children behind. Then, all she needed to do was wait for Lu Wancheng to die. But ever since Lin Qingyu had married into the family, the invalid had gotten gradually healthier. He could even get out of bed, and his personality had changed greatly. His recovery must have stemmed from the medicine Lin Qingyu prescribed. The last time Lu Wancheng had reminded her of their situation, slyly, what's happening? No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I think it should be fine. Sorry, my YouTube's doing weird shit. It's beeping outside. I can ignore it. His recovery... Nope, that's not it. Why? Why do you need to do that? Why? The last time Lu Wancheng had reminded her of their situation, slyly bringing up his birth mother, Lady Liang was so irked that she had slept poorly for a couple of nights. In the past, Lu Wancheng had done whatever she said. Who would have expected Lu Wancheng to protect his male wife, a man who couldn't even give birth to his children? Lady Liang couldn't remember ever having seen a warding off marriage actually heal a patient. She didn't believe such weddings worked, but she was afraid that Lu Wancheng would leave behind a child even though he was dying. Thus, she went around everywhere asking for a male wife, making herself look like a deeply affectionate mother in front of the Marquis. She was killing two birds with one stone. If she'd known that this would be the result, however, she would have made up her mind to have Lu Wancheng die earlier. Noticing Lady Liang's face darken, Lu Niantao called out, "Mother?" Lady Liang's brow was tightly furrowed. I may not be able to deal with Lu Wancheng now. Lu Niantao smiled. Please don't worry, Mother. Father is a reasonable man. As long as rationality is on your side, there's nothing to fear. What? Nope, I already read that. Auntie Lu clapped. Young lady is correct. You were kind enough to guide the young lord, yet he is inept and lacks the skills to handle the account books. How could he justify himself? Lady Liang steadied herself. You're right. There's nothing for me to fear. During that conversation, Lin Qingyu pushed Lu Wancheng in. Lady Liang smiled. You're here. Lu Niantao rose and greeted them. Brother, sister-in-law. Lin Qingyu simply nodded while Lu Wancheng seemed to suppress anger. Lady Liang and Lu Niantao looked at each other, unsure why Lu Wancheng was upset. Only Lin Qingyu knew what Lu Wancheng was agitated. Only Lin Qingyu knew that Lu Wancheng was agitated because he needed to get up earlier than he might have liked. He always acted like he was being wronged when someone else woke him in the morning. Yeah, but sleep is so important. You don't even understand. Okay. Auntie Lu didn't notice. You're finally here, young lord, she said scornfully. My lady has waited a long time for you. Lu Wancheng looked up. He's late because I wouldn't get out of bed, he remarked casually. Is something wrong with that? Under Lu Wancheng's gaze, Auntie Lu shrank back as though she were being bullied. I dare not claim that. Brother, can't you walk? Lu Niantao asked worriedly. Why are you in a wheelchair again? He's sleepy and doesn't want to walk, Lin Qingyu calmly replied. It's so true. So real. Lanfeng Pavilion is too far from here, Lu Wancheng protested. He was just lazy. Or he was reserving his energy to do more fun stuff during the day. Ever thought of that? Lin Qingyu didn't want to waste any more time on Lady Liang or the others. Before she could speak, he cut straight to the point. Huan Tong. Huan Tong handed the account books to Lady Liang. My young master organized the books, he said. Please take a look, lady. Lady Liang didn't let it show on her face, but she was suspicious. The manservant was so confident. Had Lin Qingyu really finished a month's worth of accounts in 3 days? The servants in Lanfeng Pavilion had certainly told her that Lin Qingyu was reading books and preparing medicine as usual, so where had he found the time to organize the account books? Fun stuff. Yeah, fun stuff. fun stuff. You know, just in case. Lin Qingyu has a change of heart, you know? Auntie Lu had the same question. We'll know after you look through it, lady, she whispered. Lady Liang opened the account book, and with every page she saw, she felt more miserable. After looking through half of the book, she was in complete shock, but she still forced a smile onto her face. This is well organized and thorough, as I expected of you, Qingyu. You're too kind, lady. Auntie Lu's expression changed, and she almost blurted out, How is that possible? Fortunately, Lady Liang's glance stopped her. Instead, Auntie Lu said, Why don't you take a closer look, lady? Lady Liang was skilled at accounting. She'd overseen the household for 20 years, and she could tell at a glance that the couple had come prepared. Simply put, the organized, tidy accounts were better than what the Marquis's personal accounts could put together. For a while, Lu Niantao was deep in thought. Then she piped up. Oh, I heard a few days ago that there was an extra servant in Lanfeng Pavilion. Lady Liang understood her daughter's implications. Nobody in Lanfeng Pavilion knew how to organize the account books, so the young couple must have found someone to help. My grandfather sent someone to ask after me, Lu Wancheng said. Is something wrong with that? Lu Niantao smiled. You misunderstand, brother. I was just mentioning it, and sister-in-law did such a perfect job with the account books, even though it was his first time. Mother, you can feel confident handing household affairs over to him in the future. Yes, doing that makes sense, Lu Wancheng said, smiling mysteriously. Mother can enjoy a life of leisure after transferring her household duties.
I missed a blinky. Pretend it's still there.
Brother, sister-in-law, you're both so filial. Lu Niantao. Lu Niantao continued. Speaking of which, doesn't sister-in-law have a perfect memory? He's probably memorized everything in the accounts, hasn't he? Lady Liang took... guys, I can read! I had to put it back up. Lady Liang looked at her daughter, satisfied. Whoa! Oh, stumbling over words. This is fun. We had a good start, but it's trailing off. Oh, in that case, I'll test Qingyu. Bitch, why? Lu Wancheng raised his eyebrows. He was about to get up, but Lin Qingyu restrained him, holding his shoulders. Qingyu? Lu Wancheng said, Qingyu. No, that's not how he said it. Whatever, that was Lu Wancheng saying that. Let her test me, Lin Qingyu said. Lady Liang opened the book. How many businesses does the household own in the capital? 26. Among them 3 private banks, 3 restaurants, 2 tea houses, 2 silk shops, 2 porcelain shops. Thanks for that. Cool. Which farm had the best harvest? Which farm had the best harvest last month? Month! Ah! Oh, I'm struggling. Good lord. Hello, Mistress 11. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. I can read. What? Where the fuck was... Oh no, it's all falling apart. Which farm had the best harvest last month? Shuyang Farm, 20 li away from the capital. Footnote, a traditional unit of distance about half a kilometer. Lady Liang's tone grew impatient. In Shu Prefecture, the Marquis's household has 5 silk and cloth shops total. And the loss... What is wrong with me? Oh, we might have to stop after this chapter, because, oh, brother. Has 5 silk and cloth shops total, and the loss last month was 1,300 taels. Lin Qingyu said, nonchalant. If I remember correctly, Shu is your ancestral home, lady. Lady Liang slowly set down the account book and forced a smile. Yes, that's all correct. Realizing that Auntie Lu would have nothing to babble about for a long time, Huan Tong wanted to shoot the young Marquis a cheerful look. The young master could recite information on obscure medical techniques after reading it just once, so recalling a simple account book was nothing. However, the young Marquis didn't look at Huan Tong. Instead, he stared quietly at his young master, a smile and a glimmer of pride in his eyes. Cute. Oh, cute. That's so cute. Do you have any other questions, lady? Asked Lin Qingyu. No. You can go back first, Lu Wancheng told him. I have more to discuss with Mother. Lin Qingyu glanced at Lady Liang, then lowered his gaze and left with Huan Tong. Lu Niantao rose as well. Smiling, she said, I'll see my sister-in-law out. Only Lu Wancheng and Lady Liang were now left in the hall, aside from the servants. Lady Liang picked up her teacup to hide her unease. What else did you have to say to me, Wancheng? Lu Wancheng lifted his hand. I want to stand and speak with you. Could you help me, Mother? She froze. Why would I? You grew up in my arms. Oh, why wouldn't I? My bad. You grew up in my arms. Lady Liang stepped forward and helped him up. They stood facing each other. Lady Liang only stood as tall as Lu Wancheng's shoulders, which made her feel small. Don't worry about me, Mother, Lu Wancheng said slowly. My illness is terminal. If the legendary physician Hua Tuo were alive, even he would be useless to me. Qingyu isn't reading medical books nor preparing medicine for my sake, and even if he is, he can't save me. Lady Liang's gaze shifted. What are you talking about, child? One corner of Lu Wancheng's lips seemed to hold a smile. I don't have much time left, probably not even half a year. I just want to eat, drink, and stare at beauties. He walked slowly toward Lady Liang. Is that all right, Mother? Lady Liang was forced to back away until she had nowhere else to go. She sat down heavily, her nails turning white as she gripped one corner of the table. Her voice trembled. Young Marcus, what are you doing? Auntie Lu stepped up, trying to stop him. The lady is the family's matriarch. How can you be so insubordinate? Lu Wancheng gazed back at her with hostility. Did I allow you to speak? Auntie Lu's legs went weak. She froze on the spot and dared not breathe. It was almost as if she were being strangled. The other servants stood to the side, and no one else dared to step forward to help Lady Liang. The hall was deathly silent. After a long time, Lu Wancheng turned back to Lady Liang and smiled. You still haven't answered me, Mother. Lady Liang's face twisted in panic. Her voice was hoarse as she croaked out. Yes, that's fine. Lu Wancheng smiled. Thank you, Mother.
Ooh.
Gotta put a breath mint on your desk and call it... What?
What?
My breath is fine, actually. I might have forgotten to brush my teeth this morning.
Whoa!
Anyway, that was a scene break. I'll do it after this. We're on page 117. He's getting it's spicy and I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway. Shortly after Lin Qingyu returned to Lanfeng Pavilion, Lu Wancheng arrived as well. He looked exhausted, coughing continually. Ever since the weather had warmed, Lu Wancheng's cough had improved a lot. Why was it bothering him again now? Lu Wancheng himself didn't care. Maybe I was a little too showy earlier. What else did you say to Lady Liang? Lin Qingyu asked. Nothing much. I just want her to behave a little. Lin Qingyu didn't press him further for answers. Give me your wrist. Let me feel your pulse. Lu Wancheng put his wrist out. Physician Lun, he yawned. What? He used his other hand to rub his eyes. I'm sleepy. Lin Qingyu was practically speechless. How old are you? To be speaking like a child. That's so embarrassing. Fine then, Lu Wancheng said, his tone changing. The spring breeze is warm, and sleep is overtaking me. I should like to lie in bed and take a nap.
He's so silly. I love it. That's the end of the chapter. I'll try one more. We'll try reading one more, but for now, first we have to take a short break for the ads to run and for me to walk around. I have to go pee as well, actually. So I will do that. But this is getting I like it. But I will be right back in just a moment. All right, Burb. How do I? Okay, yeah. Okay, mirror me. Hello and welcome back. I have. Never mind. I'm not gonna phrase that way. I'm back. Hi. What was that demented duck noise you made? What demented duck noise I made? What? When? Ah, that kind of shit. What was that? Sorry, I'm answering trans questions. I'm answering a lot about trans questions. So, it's important. It's very important. I will get back to reading momentarily. I hope you enjoyed your break. It sounded weirder, like some kind of guttural. Like that? When did I do that? Actually, or is it my chair? Trans questions are more important. Yes, they're very important. Important. All right. Let's do one more chapter. Why am I doing an accent? I don't know. I'm gonna actually change my sweater because I'm too hot. Okay. Let's get back into it. We are on chapter 11. There's no pictures in this chapter. There's no pictures until like 15, I think. No, 19. Damn. Okay. I just like my pictures, man. Alright, let's continue. Chapter 11, page 119. When he heard Lu Wancheng coughing, Lin... Oh yeah, also, I think it's because of her perfume or whatever. He's probably either sensitive to it or she knows that it's bad for him or something like that. Probably, something like that. I don't know. Or incense, maybe? Could be. When he heard Lu Wancheng coughing, Lin Jingyu knew that something was wrong. Predictably, after a night passed, Lu Wancheng had developed a high fever. What? No! Baby! The servants in Lanfeng Pavilion were used to this by now. Lu Wancheng's illness went through ups and downs. When he was feeling better, he could get out of bed and walk. On the other hand, when he was poorly, he could sink into a deep sleep for over half a month, his senses groggy, even when he woke up. Just like the month of their wedding. Lu Wancheng's health had improved during the warding off marriage, but his root disease was still there. The sickness could hit him like a landslide. The next morning he fell into a sleep he couldn't be woken from, his handsome face abnormally red from fever. Hualu put a cold towel on Lu Wancheng's forehead. "Young lord, will the young master be all right?" she said anxiously. Lin Jingyu felt Lu Wancheng's pulse, then placed the patient's hand under the quilt. "It's just a cold." Hualu sighed in relief. "Then the young master will be better after the fever passes." Lin Jingyu stayed silent. For a healthy, normal person, a cold didn't even require medicine. Most people recovered within a couple of days. But years of disease had virtually hollowed Lu Wancheng's body. Even a slight cold could kill him if he wasn't careful. Imagine what COVID would do to this bitch. Just saying. Just saying. Peng Qin soon brought physician Zhang to Langfeng Pavilion. Oh my god, sorry, I'm so annoyed that my hair keeps getting my face. It's like growing really long now, and I can't fucking deal with it. I don't have anything I can. I'll just have to deal with it. No, I can do it. I can do it for one more chapter. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Feng Jin soon brought physician Zhang to Lanfeng Pavilion. Physician Zhang had a disciple with him this time. It was Tan Qizi, whom Lin Qingyu had seen in the Lin residence before. Tan Qizi bowed to Lin Qingyu and smiled. It's been a long time, Qingyu Sheng. Have you been well? Lin Qingyu looked at physician Zhang. Qizi just became my student, physician Zhang explained. When he heard the young Marcus was ill, he was worried and insisted on coming to the manor to see him. Worried? Lin Qingyu smiled. Tanshang, are you and the young Marcus familiar with each other? Shameless, Tan Qizi replied. The day we met in the Lin residence, the young Marcus and I really hit it off. Lin Qingyu interrupted him. The young Marcus is weak and sick, so it's better that outsiders not cause confusion. Falu, take physician Zhang inside. Tanshang, just stand here and wait. Feng Qin hesitated. Young lord, you're saying the guest should stand? What guest? Lin Qingyu retorted. For Tan Qizi, standing at the door at noon with the sun shining down on him and passing servants staring at him would be simply humiliating. Physician Zhang glanced at Tan Qizi, helpless, then followed Hua Lu to Lu Wancheng's room. I'm still getting caught up in his name because it just sounds like cheese in a Korean accent. I can't. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And it's just screwing me up every single fucking time. Oh my god. Tan Qizi clenched his teeth. Lin Qingyu, you're crossing the line, he said in a low voice. Lin Qingyu found it amusing. Could I bully you if you didn't serve up to... Could I bully you if you didn't serve yourself up on a platter for it? Tan Qizi glared at him, his eyes full of venom. Lin Qingyu didn't believe that he'd ever provoked Tan Qizi, so he didn't understand where Tan Qizi's hatred for him came from. Perhaps it was just the way of the world. There were unexplained joys, so there would obviously be unexplained evils. Just as Lu Wancheng said, it would lower him to take Tan Qizi seriously. Tan Qizi stepped closer. There are only 100 days until the Imperial Academy of Medicine's entrance exam, but if Lu Wancheng doesn't die, you can only stay in the manor to care for him, serve him, give him medicine, and wipe his body, like a good wife. Noticing Lin Qingyu's slightly stiff expression, Tan Qizi cracked a smile. So what if you're a genius and always above me? In the end, you're only... I see, Lin Qingyu said, suddenly realizing something. Tan Qizi's hostility to him was simply because of jealousy. Tan Qizi's gaze darkened. Why are you smiling? Lin Qingyu's mouth twitched a bit. Almost sympathetically, he said, You're so pitiful. After that, he didn't bother looking at Tan Qizi. Physician Zhang had taken care of Lu Wancheng's condition for years now. He was familiar with it. Lin Qingyu watched him check Lu Wancheng's pulse and reached the same conclusion. Then, what same conclusion? That he had a cold. Yeah, he's got a cold. What can you say? Physician Zhang prescribed some medicine, left some instructions, and hurriedly departed. His prescription was for nothing more than a common, inconsequential cold. His prescription was for nothing more than a common, inconsequential cold medicine. That's an interesting sentence. But Lu Wancheng's body differed from a healthy person's. If the typical prescription was altered slightly, it might be twice as effective. Hua Lu was waiting for Lin Qingyu to give her the prescription he held, so that she could collect the required herbs and make the medicine it named. Young lord, is something wrong with the prescription? She asked. He hesitated for a moment, then handed it to her. No, go ahead. With Lu Wancheng ill, Lanfeng Pavilion became busy. The servants were responsible for making and and administering his medicine. So Lin Qingyu didn't have to do much. He read books and prepared medicine in the study as usual, but the courtyard was so quiet that he felt uneasy. The laughing thrush, the myna, had both shut up. Were they worried for their master too? Oh, oh, wait, that's so cute. Oh. The special medicine, nope, I skipped a whole paragraph. What was the point of worrying, though? Even if Lu Wancheng survived this time, there would certainly come a time when he didn't. Only those who hadn't made proper mental preparations would find it strange when someone close to death perished. The special medicine Lin Qingyu was prescribing was almost ready. The next step would be to boil and simmer the concoction, then make it into pills that could be easily carried and stored. This was the first time he'd produced a pill that was so tricky to make, so he wanted to do everything himself. Lin Qingyu headed to the apothecary dedicated to making Lu Wancheng's medicines. Medications! Oh my god! Can I please read? There, several maids were working inside. Though busy, they didn't forget to gossip about the rumors in the manor. The lady used to be the first person to come when the young master fell ill. She even personally made his medicine. What happened this time? She still hasn't visited. I heard from a servant in the ladies' courtyard that she and the young master quarreled. After his scolding, she couldn't even stand. Did you mishear? Wouldn't it be the young master who couldn't stand? Besides, the young lady and young master are such a loving mother and son. Why would they quarrel? Over the young lord, of course. A mother-in-law and daughter-in-law's relationship is a never-ending problem. My sister-in-law and mother argue every couple of days, which worries my brother to no end. Lin Qingyu pushed open the apothecary door, and the gossip inside abruptly stopped. Only the bubbling sound of boiling medicine could be heard. He ignored the maids' fearful expressions and walked straight to the stove, acting as if he hadn't heard anything. When he returned, Lin Qingyu called Huan Tong over. "Go to Lady Liang's courtyard and get this month's account book," he ordered. Huan Tong didn't understand. "Young master, why do you want an account book?" "To help her out." When news of Lu Wancheng's illness reached Lady Liang, her chest, which had felt heavy for days, finally lightened. "This is karma, lady," Auntie Lu gloated. "Not even the heavens could bear to see the young master treat you like that. They had to punish such an unfilial son." But as Lady Liang recalled the events of that day, some fear still lingered. "Forget it. Lin Qingyu can't save him, so let him be." Just then, a maid reported that Huan Tong had arrived from Lanfeng Pavilion. "Qingyu's personal servant," Lady Liang grimaced. "Why is he here?" "To collect this..." Who is saying this? Okay. What? Okay. "To collect this month's account book. The young lord said that he wanted to give you a hand, lady." When Lady Liang heard that, her chest heaved. "He really said that?" "Did you hear that, lady?" Auntie Lu gnashed her teeth in anger. "You can't just shrug this off now. He's clearly trying to take power from you. You mustn't sit down and wait for death." Annoyed, Lady Liang retorted. "What can I do? I did say that I wanted him to take over the household duties." Take over household duties, not all of them. "How was I to know that he'd actually be capable?" Auntie Lu's eyes darted. She waved the servants away, then whispered into Lady Liang's ear. "Let's do this," she began. "No," Lady Liang replied. "Lu Wancheng already warned me. If he found out, I'm afraid he'd... The young Marcus is ill now, and it's hard to say whether he'll survive. Did you forget what second young lady said? So long as you have reason on your side, the Marcus will believe you. There's nothing to be afraid of." Observing that Lady Liang was still uncertain, Auntie Lu continued. "Think about second young lady, and third young master. Do you really want a widow to run the Marquis's household? Niantao, Chao Song. Lady Liang chanted their names inaudibly, then steadied herself. Take the account book to Lanfeng Pavilion, Auntie Lu. A smile split Auntie Lu's face. Right away, lady. After Lin Qingyu received the book, he summoned Jiang Shichuang, asking him to take a closer look to see whether anything was off. When Jiang Shichuan finished looking at it, he remarked, I'm hesitant to draw a conclusion based on just 2 months of accounts. I should be able to figure out more with 3 or 4 months' worth. Lin Qingyu asked Huantong to send this month's account book back and request the books from the previous months. And that is a scene break. On the 3rd day of Lu Wanchang's comatose slumber, his fever finally receded. Still, he didn't wake up yet. The health he'd regained was completely spent now. Lu Wancheng lay quietly on the bed, eyes closed and body feeble, like a flame faltering in the wind. It made everyone, well, Hua Lu and the others, worried. Hua Lu tried to get Lu Wancheng to drink some medicine. Lu Wancheng's brows furrowed. He seemed to hate the medicine's bitterness, even in his sleep, actually spitting some out. Hua Lu hurriedly grabbed a handkerchief to wipe his mouth, but Lin Qingyu took the medicine bowl from her hands. I'll do it, he said. It's fine, I'm fine, I'm normal about this. He filled the spoon with medicine, then blew on it. Before it even got close to Lu Wancheng's mouth, however, he heard Feng Qin from outside. Young lord, the lady is summoning you. I don't remember who Feng Qin is. Lin Qingyu paused, then returned the bowl to Hua Lu. Keep feeding it to him. God fucking... Can we have 1 moment, please? When he arrived at the front hall, Lady Liang sat in the place of honor, while Auntie Lu sat at her side. An unfamiliar middle-aged man also stood at the hall, looking worried. Is Wancheng's illness any better? Lady Liang asked, pretending to be concerned. Lady, if you have something to say, get to the point. That chagrined Lady Liang a bit. This is the household accountant, Steward Wang. Right, Steward is a title, I forgot. Steward Wang bowed. Greetings, young lord. Steward Wang found that a page was missing from the account book brought back from Lanfeng Pavilion. Lady Liang paused, then continued. That page was the most important one. It recorded the revenue and expenses of our restaurants in the capital. What? Where was I? Okay. Steward Wang appeared to choke up. How could such an important page go missing from the book? He cried out. Even death isn't punishment enough for me. He's ear-splitting, Lin Qingyu thought. These people just wouldn't let up. Instead of dealing with them, Lin Qingyu mused, why not just dose them with something that would make them behave? I urge you to rethink this, he told the steward. Rethink what? Steward Wang asked, confused. Dying as a punishment. Lin Qingyu scoffed. But of course, if you want to die, I won't stop you. Steward Wang was speechless. It had just been a figure of speech. How could he actually die over a single page in an account book? He looked toward Lady Liang and Auntie Lu for help. Steward Wang. Steward Wang, don't say that, Auntie Lu soothed him. It doesn't have anything to do with you. The book was complete when you brought it to us. The lady can attest to that. But when Huantong sent it back, a page was missing. Lin Qingyu silently watched them act. And under his gaze, Lady Liang was uneasy, but she smiled and said, Qingyu, it's normal to make mistakes. You only just started managing the household. Just pay attention next time. That said, the missing page must be found, or the accountants will be in disarray. Why not go back to Lanfeng Pavilion and look for it? Lin Qingyu nodded. All right. Returning to Lanfeng Pavilion, Lin Qingyu heard joyous laughter from outside Lu Wancheng's room. Yay! He breathed a sigh of relief and smiled icily. As soon as Lu Wancheng woke up, he started joking around with the maids. In some respects, he was quite hearty. I love him! When Lin Qingyu entered the room, he met Lu Wancheng's gaze. It was as if his husband had been watching the door. It was as if his husband. I mean, that's what they are. That's what they're married. Lu Wancheng coughed, his voice hoarse. You're back? Mm-hmm. How are you feeling? I felt like I got sick and came alive again, then sick again and came alive again. Lin Qingyu's face turned expressionless. If you have this much energy now, then take some medicine on your own. Don't make others feed you constantly. I didn't ask you to feed me, Lu Wancheng teased. So why are you angry? Lin Qingyu narrowed his eyes and tried to calm down. He'd run into too many stupid people recently, and his temper was hard to control. I didn't mean to be angry. I reacted out of habit. I'm sorry. Lu Wancheng didn't mind being scolded by the ill-tempered beauty. He smiled jokingly. Were you disappointed that I failed in dying, Physician Lin? A little, Lin Qingyu retorted lightheartedly. Lu Wancheng laughed. In his sickness, his eyes were the only bright feature on his face. Sorry, it was an accident. Why are they like this? I just know this is gonna be fucking devastating for me. Oh no, that's the end of the chapter. It's gonna be so fucking devastating. Devastating. It's done from the start. He's gonna fucking die. He's gonna fucking die. I'm gonna put my book down because we are gonna be done for today, but oh my god. Also just love it. He said, okay, like he didn't say his husband, but it switched to his husband. It was like his husband would watch, and it was his POV, so like, it was, he's so happy that he's alive, but he doesn't want to be. He's like reluctantly happy. Like he's just, oh my god. I'm okay. I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm okay. I'm gonna go eat some food. I got some sashimi salad in the fridge waiting for me. I have to make the sauce. You know, they have the little sauce in it. But I can't eat that because that has wheat in it, so I have to make my own sauce. But it's okay. It's literally really, really easy, so it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a great rest of your day and week. Oh my god. I just really like this disability representation because it's so fucking relatable to me. Thank you, Apple. I was actually waiting for that. That's what I was waiting for. I was stalling for what? I guess it was that. It's so fucking relatable. I love it. Anyway, I'll give you that. Close your ears if you don't want to hear. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye. Bye. Stay safe. Bye. Wait, actually, hold on. Wait, we can raid person.
Raid person? We can raid. I keep forgetting to raid. Let's see, we can raid. Oh my god, Baffy Butt is playing Tomodachi Life and living the dream. No way, I didn't know that was gonna happen today. Be nice to Baffy. I'll see you later. Wait, I have to press the star raid and then I have to do the cat run. Okay, cool. Just say, Mpregs you. No, wait. Yeah, no, that'll be okay. Just say Mpreg raid. That's your raid message, okay? Okay. Do whatever emojis you want. Have a good time. I'll see you later. Bye-bye!